The moment Alex Eala opened her mouth, the entire Philippines held its breath. Millions of fans glued to their screens felt their hearts pounding as they waited for her words. Then she spoke, and the floodgates of emotion burst open. What she said wasn't just an announcement. It was a love letter to her people, a promise that sent shockwaves of pure joy across the nation. Within minutes, her fans turned social media into a massive celebration, flooding every platform with Philippine flags, tearful videos, and messages of unconditional love. The bond between Alex Eala and her fans had reached its most powerful moment yet. The tennis world had just witnessed Alex Eala's incredible Wimbledon journey, but for her millions of Filipino fans, the real magic was yet to come. As the tournament ended, supporters across the Philippines eagerly waited for their hero to speak. They had watched her fight with unmatched determination, and now they needed to hear her voice. When Alex finally posted her emotional announcement, it hit her fans like a tidal wave of emotion. Her words were not just about tennis. They were about the people who had believed in her from day one. She spoke directly to her fans, calling them her greatest strength and the reason she never gives up. She thanked every single Filipino who had stayed up late, sacrificed sleep, and cheered her on through every victory and defeat. This was not a generic thank you message. This was a deeply personal connection between an athlete and her nation. Within moments, the comment sections of her social media exploded. Fans from all corners of the Philippines poured out their hearts. "We love you, Alex. You made us proud. The whole Philippines is behind you." Messages came flooding in by the thousands, then millions. Young children wrote heartfelt notes. Teenagers shared emotional videos. And even grandparents who had never watched tennis before were wiping away tears. Her words had touched something deep inside the Filipino soul, a longing for pride, for recognition, and for a hero who truly loved them back. What made her fans cry wasn't just the words, it was the emotion behind them. They could hear the sincerity in her voice, the genuine gratitude that radiated from every sentence. Alex Eala wasn't just a tennis player to them, she was family. She was their daughter, their sister, their inspiration. And in that moment she made every single fan feel seen, appreciated, and loved. The announcement triggered something extraordinary, a massive wave of celebrations that spread like wildfire across the Philippines. From the busy streets of Quezon City to the peaceful shores of Palawan, fans took to the streets, their voices united in joyful cheers. Social media platforms became virtual stadiums filled with thousands of emotional videos, creative edits, and proud declarations of love for their idol. Facebook and Twitter were flooded with trending hashtags as fans expressed their overwhelming pride. Young girls filmed themselves dancing with joy, holding up handmade signs that read, "Alex Eala, our champion." Parents posted photos of their children wearing Alex-inspired outfits, pretending to serve tennis balls in their living rooms. Entire barangays, neighborhoods, gathered around televisions and smartphones, celebrating as if they had just won the championship themselves. The creativity of her fans was on full display. TikTok was filled with emotional tributes set to powerful Filipino songs. YouTube saw a surge of fan-made documentaries celebrating her journey. Instagram stories were a continuous stream of Philippine flags and heart emojis. Her fans weren't just celebrating a tennis player. They were celebrating one of their own who had dared to dream big and inspired them to do the same. Behind every post and video was a story of personal connection. A mother shared how Alex's journey inspired her daughter to pick up a tennis racket for the first time. A group of friends recalled how they had stayed up night after night watching her matches, screaming at their screens as if she could hear them. A soldier on duty took a moment to post his pride, saying Alex represented the fighting spirit of every Filipino. Her fans had woven her story into their own lives, and they celebrated as if her victory was theirs too. Perhaps the most powerful part of Alex's announcement was the reaction of her devoted fans. Across the Philippines, cameras captured raw, unfiltered emotions that showed just how deeply she had impacted their lives. These were not just casual viewers. These were people whose hearts beat with every point she won, whose spirits lifted with every victory. Videos surfaced of fans crying tears of pure joy, their hands trembling as they replayed her announcement over and over. In one heartwarming clip, a young girl named Maria watched the announcement with her grandmother, both of them holding hands and weeping with happiness. The grandmother whispered, "She did it for us. She did it for the Philippines." It was a moment that perfectly captured the essence of Alex's impact. A bridge between generations, united by pride. Another video showed a group of overseas Filipino workers in the Middle East gathered in a small room watching the announcement on a phone. When Alex finished speaking, they erupted into cheers and tears, hugging each other as if they had just won a championship themselves. For these workers far from home and family, Alex's success was a reminder of their own strength and resilience. She gave them hope and made them feel connected to their homeland thousands of miles away. On social media, fans wrote emotional letters that went viral. One fan wrote, "Alex, you don't know how much you mean to us. When times are hard, we watch your matches and remember that anything is possible." Another shared, "You carry the dreams of 110 million Filipinos, and we will carry you forever." These heartfelt messages poured in from all walks of life: students, doctors, teachers, drivers, and businessmen. Each one told a unique story of how Alex Eala had become a source of light in their lives. What makes the relationship between Alex Eala and her fans so special is its depth and authenticity. This is not a one-sided admiration. It is a mutual love that has grown stronger with every match, every interview, and every humble gesture from the young tennis star. Alex has always made it clear that she plays not just for herself but for the people who believe in her. Her fans have stood by her through everything. They celebrated her victories and comforted her in defeat. When she won her first professional titles, they celebrated as if they were standing right beside her on the court. When she faced tough losses, they flooded her social media with encouraging words, reminding her that she was still their champion. This unwavering support has become Alex's superpower, giving her the strength to keep fighting even when things get hard. In return, Alex has never forgotten where she came from. Every interview, every speech, and every post is filled with gratitude for her Filipino fans. She speaks about them with such love and respect that it brings tears to their eyes. This connection goes beyond sports. It is a beautiful example of how athletes can truly unite a nation and inspire millions. As her announcement spread, fans shared stories of how Alex had personally impacted their lives. Teachers used her story to motivate students. Parents showed her videos to their children to teach them about perseverance. Young athletes looked up to her as proof that a Filipino could compete with the best in the world. Alex Eala had become more than a tennis player. She had become a national treasure, a symbol of everything good and possible in the Philippines. Now, as the dust settles from her emotional announcement, one thing is clear. Alex Eala's journey is far from over, and her fans will be with her every step of the way. The love they have shown is not just for one tournament. It is for a lifetime. They have pledged to support her through every victory, every defeat, and every challenge that comes her way. Fans are already looking ahead to her next tournaments, promising to stay up late, stream every match, and send their energy across the world to help her win. The hashtags continue to trend, and the messages of love keep pouring in. Social media groups dedicated to Alex are buzzing with excitement, planning how to show even more support in the future. What Alex has built with her fans is something truly remarkable, a community of believers who will never give up on her. They know that every time she steps onto the court, she carries their hopes and dreams with her, and they know that she will always fight with everything she has, because she knows how much they love her. As Alex Eala continues her journey toward greatness, her fans will be right there with her, their cheers echoing from the Philippines to every corner of the world. She has given them a reason to believe, and they have given her a reason to never stop dreaming. The bond between Alex Eala and her fans is unbreakable, and together they are ready to conquer the world. If you enjoyed this latest tennis update and want to stay ahead of the biggest stories in the world, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to World Zone right now. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action. See you in the next video.